Protests have been held for a second night over the death of a black man held in an apparent chokehold by a white New York police officer. Thousands of people took to the streets in New York and other U.S. cities, disrupting traffic and holding sit-ins. The protests began on Wednesday, after a grand jury decided not to press charges over the death of Eric Garner. Civil rights activists are pinning their hopes on a federal investigation into the case. The mayor of New York, Bill de Blasio, said the city's 22,000-strong police force would be retrained in how to better communicate and remain calm when making arrests, and they will be fitted with body cameras. U.S. President Barack Obama welcomed the mayor's commitment to act, adding, "Too many Americans feel deep unfairness when it comes to the gap between our professed ideals and how laws are applied on a day-to-day basis." America saw a wave of race-related unrest only last week over the decision not to indict another white police officer who had shot dead a young black man, Michael Brown, in Ferguson, Missouri. UN human rights experts have expressed legitimate concerns over the decisions not to bring to trial the cases of both Mr. Brown and Mr. Garner. Black Lives Matters. On Thursday night in New York, protesters carried coffins across the Brooklyn Bridge and marched in several groups through Manhattan, carrying banners saying, "Racism kills," and, "This stops today." "People are sick and tired of the systemic problems of racism in this country," said one protester, Jason Pollock. "We are out here in the streets to say that Black Life Matters." Police in riot gear told protesters staging sit-ins that they would face arrest if they did not move along. Police arrested more than 80 people in Wednesday's protests, though the demonstrations have been largely peaceful. Smaller-scale protests were held in cities including Chicago, Washington, Denver, and Boston. In Minneapolis, some protesters blocked traffic by marching or lying in the middle of a highway. Activists have called for another march in Washington on 13 December, followed by a summit on civil rights. Mr. Garner, 43, was stopped on a street in New York on 17 July on suspicion of selling loose, untaxed cigarettes. After a confrontation with police officer Daniel Pantaleo placed his arm round Mr. Garner's neck. Mr. Garner, who had asthma, was wrestled to the ground and restrained by force. On video of the incident, he can be heard repeatedly saying, "I can't breathe." He became unresponsive and later died. The city's medical examiner's office found in the summer that Mr. Garner's death was caused by the compression of his chest and prone positioning during physical restraint by police. Police unions and Mr. Pantaleo's lawyer, Stuart London, have said he used an accepted takedown maneuver on Mr. Garner, rather than a chokehold, which is banned under New York City police regulations. Mr. Pantaleo testified to having heard Mr. Garner say, "I can't breathe," but said he had believed that once he got him down on the ground and put him on his side, he would be revived by paramedics, according to Mr. London.